Hello everybody, this is Brett here from Perth, Australia. I just wish to talk about global warming, and I wish that people open their minds and learn. Everybody can learn, anybody can, you know, absorb a new concept and then weigh it up if it's right or wrong. You can Google greenhouse gas, that the number one is water vapor. 60% of greenhouse gas actually is water vapor. And you could even go and check out NASA. You can Google this, that they said 10 years ago that water vapor plays a part in global warming, but then they go on to say, oh, they don't know how much. It's because of all the short cycle of water vapor, which I believe is a stupid argument, because you can have a humid atmosphere and it can be humid a long time. So I do believe that is quite stupid. But also, I want to say that the 0.5% of carbon is 1 in every 200 molecules is carbon. And I've got to ask you, would that heat up a planet? You know, like if I went and bought some cartons of Coke that's supposed to be carbonated, and I, you know, put them in the sun, brought them inside, that they're going to keep my house warm. Is that exactly how it works? Or does carbon gas create heat? The answer is no, it does not. Sunlight creates heat. And I myself believe that that it's the sunlight to do with the humidity that is creating global warming. Also, another factor, if you go back to 1980, that the world's population has grown 3 billion people, you know, and there's a thing called urban island heater effect. You can Google this yourself. Basically, new suburbs are warmer and hotter than older suburbs. So again, we're getting more of these with the increased populations, creating more hot air. In Brisbane, Queensland, King George Square used to be is where the City Hall is, parklands and fountains, and they concreted a lot. And over the summertime, you can't even walk through it because of the extreme heat that is generated. Also, the black roads absorb the heat and the concrete in the summer, and even when the sun goes down, the heat is still trapped within these rocks, creating more warm air longer. You know, it's like a campfire. Just imagine if there was more campfires everywhere. The more campfires, there'd be more heat. Is that not a logical thought? Or like a little heater in your room, you know, that also, you know, creates heat. There was a car parked here in Perth the other day, this is going back 4 months, should I say, that, yes, that it caught fire because all the windows reflected all the light onto this one spot, causing this car to catch fire. And this is the same with all the high-rises. And this is where I'm getting at. Do we really want a green planet? What if everybody is putting all their eggs in this carbon basket, and this carbon has got absolutely nothing to do with the warmer planet? You know, and that's where, and what does science say at the moment? It does say that the urban island heater effect creates more warm air. You know, and on the flip side, and I have made this terminology myself, and this is mine, it is the urban island cooling effect. This is where, as you say, there's so many forests that have been chopped down, that forests create cool air, 3 dimensionals. The green leaves absorb heat, and then you got transpiration where the water comes up through the xylem, whatever you call it, and out of the leaves, and then the wind blows through the leaves, and this creates cool air. And then you got the shade barrier, like an insulator, where naturally occurring cool air is created because the sunlight cannot hit the ground, and an air breeze can blow this cool air out and cool down the planet. So these things are the true domino effects of global warming. At the moment, there are a lot of fanaticism out there. I also wish to present, even if you are still not convinced, I have got ways and solutions to fixing the carbon problem. And I do not believe carbon is the thing, but I do want a greener planet. And my ideas are identical because I'm saying we need more trees. If the governments have fair dinkum, that they could create, there are 3 different ways to create fresh water from salt water just used in the sun. You know, you could have the Paralpa dishes, the Fresnel lens, and I'll get to another one later if I can think of it. But what you do, you find some desert locations and you spend money building huge tanks. We're talking, I do not know, 20 million litres, I do not know. And you pump in seawater at all these locations around the earth. The funny thing is that we don't live in deserts, but then we're creating deserts to where we live. Why not just go and live in the desert and let the cool air or the forest stay? This is how stupid we are. And so you could have these Paralpa dishes boiling the seawater and converting them to fresh. With that fresh water, you could have farming in the desert, you could start growing trees, you can grow bamboo, which grows 1 foot a day. You know, imagine you could have a fuel, like a power station that is fueled by zero neutral bamboo, that you grow it and you burn it, so you're not adding to the atmosphere, it's balanced out neutrally. So I just wish to talk about this. When you talk about climate change, no one wants to hear. Everybody gets so upset. They all have a big cry and they think, oh no, the scientists say. I know many examples of where science has got it wrong, that science in the past, breakthroughs have been laughed at, and misconceptions have been, you know, what was once proven positive had been proven false. So anyhow, that's my 2 cents worth. I want you to spread the word, and as I said before, we could generate a lot of, you know, green the deserts. Like we spend billions on tax cuts that the billionaires do not need, when we could green the deserts, again using Paralpa mirrors, dishes should I say, the Fresnel lens, just, you know, heat this, the, you know, what do you call it, you know, the salt water in the tanks, condense it back to fresh water, bang, you've got a green oasis in the desert, you've got more shade, you're capturing carbon by growing these trees, and that's how it is. So well, thanks for listening, have a great day, bye.